So let's get to the energy forecast. I'm Angela Blaha, and this is the cosmic energy forecast for the week of September 29th through Monday, October 5th. What is happening this week? Take a deep breath. Tuesday, today, September 29th. Your responsibility to yourself will be heavy today. Can you already feel it? Can you? There is a magnification of limitations happening in the cosmic field today. Again, it's creating this kind of mirror effect, and it will play into your responsibilities to be authentic. Breathe that in. Authenticity. If you are not being 100% authentic with yourself about your strengths, keyword here, about your strengths, then the universe is bound to make you totally aware. So make the adjustments that you desire, or the stuck feeling will just hang on you today like a mud pit. So what are your strengths, right? Like, we're moving into abundance. Like, the whole rest of the year is all about abundance. And if we're not flowing into our strengths and our abundances, then it's going to feel like we're really stuck. So confront what you feel insecure about today. And most of the time, your strengths will be shown to you. But if you don't admit and you don't become aware of the strengths, then those limitations will be mirrored to you, and it will create a lot of chaos in your life. Honestly, it's kind of the rest of the year. So the quicker you jump aboard of your strengths and your abundances, the easier the rest of the year will be. But if you're still hanging on to those limitations, those limiting belief systems, the things that you fail at as your avenue to sort of guide you, then the avenue will pull you clear off track. That's not really what you want. So be super authentic in your energy today. Be super authentic and truthful with who you really are. And you should be fine today. If you're not, know that you're probably on the wrong path. Wednesday, September 30th, focus. Is what the cosmic energies are supporting. Focus, total clarity. But that happens only after you fall off the track for a tiny bit, because it's a huge awareness component. What are the things that help you to move off the track? What are the words, the beliefs, the emotions, the thoughts that sort of pull you off of where you want to be? Most likely you will encounter some type of confrontation on Wednesday, either as a witness or in the thick of it. This is caused by being off the track of clear thinking and allowing the perception to sort of whisk you into a time where you're not really in control of your focus. Again, this is that mirroring kind of thing that's happening in the cosmos, where it's really showing you the areas that are still in lack. Because, again, moving into abundance, there's no room for lack. So on Wednesday, if you handle the details of clarity and focus, you should move through the day or through this kind of energy very quickly on Wednesday. If you're not handling the details of clarity and focus, if you're not really focusing in on clarity and being clear about who you are, then you'll kind of hang out in the quicksand. Either way, it's going to be fine. It's just whether or not you want to live through the chaos of it all, or if you want to just flow through it. All right, moving on to Thursday, October 1. It's full moon day. Woo! You can already feel the energy today, right? All right, so the energy is calling you to be balanced and stable. This is kind of a different full moon energy, if you notice. It's really calling for you to be like stable in who you are, stable in your thoughts, stable in your emotions. Think equality. How can you be equal within yourself? Something we don't really think about very often, right? How can I be equal within myself? Because that is where we're headed for the next several weeks, like all about equality. We thought we were working through that in the spring, but it's not anything like what we're going to work through this fall. So, if you are not aligned with equality in every aspect of your life, then the cosmic energies will definitely let you know. Most likely, you will be emotional for the next several days, if not weeks. Totally depends upon if you align your emotions with the freedoms of equality, or if you hide or stuff them. So when you're thinking about equality within yourself, like there's just a vastness of freedom. Like I want you to be able to get into that freedom, but if you're living abundantly, you'll be fine. If you're living still with some lack, those emotions will rise to the surface. There will be conflict of me versus you inside of you. Has nothing to do with outside of you. This is all inside of you. Me versus you kind of mentality. When you don't see yourself equal to everyone and everything in the world, if you don't see yourself as that God self, then there's a me versus you kind of duality or separation that happens within your DNA, within your cells. That me versus you kind of mentality and feeling, that's what creates the separation in you. We all have it. The point is to work through it, to find yourself as equal to everything and everyone. On a positive note, on Thursday, most of us will access some new kinds of ideas, and we will move deeper into our leadership abilities with the self. Because the more that you work through that sense of separation within yourself, me versus you kind of energy, right? The more you step into your leadership abilities, because people see that and they want that. That's what the ascension is. Working through those inequalities within the self. That's all it is. That's all ascension is. Well, that's not all that ascension is, but you get my drift. All right, Friday, the 2nd. Friday, October 2nd. Practical love is being supported. Now, practical love, instead of the fairy tale kind of love, is a very different vibration. Love needs to have a purpose, and it needs to make sense. Because we can only live the fairy tale kind of energy for so long. Because we're not really being logical, practical, authentic with it. Even though a lot of us, myself included, carry that fairy tale kind of love energy. It's a hoping kind of energy, I want to say. But in hope, you either have to live that style and let that be your true authentic self, which doesn't actually happen here in the earth. Or we find a logical, well, this is logical. This is what the purpose is of me loving you. This is what makes sense. And since we're being driven apart, right, there has to be a new sense of what is the logicalness of this? What is the purpose? If we're being driven apart like we are right now, then what's the purpose of love? The logical mind will lead the way on your love for the next few days, starting on Friday. Try not to be picky about people you love in your life. Like, don't find the things that bother you. Try not to focus on that. Try not to criticize your loved ones or yourself. Most importantly, not yourself, because it will lead to heart problems, because we are connecting the physical with the emotional now. If you noticed, lots of people are sick. Lots of people are buying into the programming that's being programmed right now. It's creating a lot of physical problems. So, where are you criticizing yourself or someone else? You have to understand that once that happens, like, there's a physical component that goes with it. So, find the sense, the understanding, the logicalness of your love, and you will be fine on Friday. Saturday, October 3rd. Ooh, it's a keep calm kind of day. Seriously, no joke. There will be much activity in the cosmic energies, which will agitate you. I recommend staying in the calm. So whatever it is that creates this sense of calm for you, as soon as you get up in the morning, try to remain that the rest of the day. Otherwise, you'll be in agitation. We recommend that you go with the calm, because the agitation will continue throughout the next month or so. So this isn't a day kind of a deal. That agitation is going to try to come in and it's going to stay with you. No. This happens all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So for the 4th, like, find that inner peace. Again, as soon as you're awake in the morning, like, focus on peace, focus on calm, focus on the real you. If you feel off, I can't talk today. If you fall off into the muck of agitation from yesterday, from Saturday, do whatever it takes to find your inner calm. Because if you do not, your life for the next month will be very, very rocky. So take note. Saturday, Sunday, as soon as you open your eyes, or actually say before the night before you go to bed, I'm going to find my calm and peace and joy and happiness when I arise in the morning. And you start the day off that way, and you focus on that throughout the entire weekend. On Sunday, if you stayed out of the agitation on Saturday, then Sundays, I want to say, celebrate your evolution, because you're very stable in your energy field. It's a turning point. Honestly, this week is very much a turning point of the abundance and alignment. All the new earth requirements are here. We're either being pulled into them or we're being pulled out of them. Free will comes into play right now. What are you going to choose? Moving on to Monday, October 5th. Back to normal? No. That's what your ego wants to happen. But that will never come to pass, because there is no normal. All of those belief systems around normal in the past, they don't even exist. They never did. We just sort of bought into that sort of thing. Instead of trying to follow the ego, though, on Monday, be very hyper aware of the ego. Create some type of normal that embraces abnormal. Seriously, because that's really what the future is. Abnormal, it's unusual, it's eccentric. And then on Monday, understand how you can take this form of eclectic energy and create a new you. Because the new you, is very authentic. It's also very eclectic. It pulls from here, from there, from this, from that, and it understands itself in a deeper and deeper way. So allow yourself to sort of be abnormal, because that's the new norm. Overall, it's a transitioning kind of week, like literally transitioning. The more you can follow the energies, the easier the week will be. The remainder of the year kind of depends upon this week's energy, because it's definitely a pivoting kind of energy this week. So, which means that if you follow through the energies this week, you will have a fairly pleasant rest of 2020. And if you fall into the pit of duality, then you get to play out the duality. Roller coasters. Think roller coasters. Think emotional roller coasters. Think, ups and downs. Totally get to choose. Of course, everything will depend upon your free will. Your free will. To align with your soul self or to align with the ego. You get to choose, and you get to ultimately play it out. So, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. Whew. It's a big week of energy. So, take some deep breaths. Find the calm and the peace. Focus, 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 and you'll be fine. Until next week, we love you dearly. Have an amazing week.